respect the guy for what he did, and I liked his content while it lasted. It was never anything impressive, but I always thought that his content was good enough, and personally I think that's what I like to go for on this channel, is that it's not about over editing the videos, it's not about the editing, it's about the conversations. Okay, so we are going to be having a discussion today. Today's discussion is going to be about Leafy is Here. This is going to be a more laid-back, chilled discussion because, as you know, Leafy is not in the news. Leafy has been gone for a long time now, but I wanted to talk about Leafy. No, he hasn't been here for years. I wanted to have a discussion about Leafy because he is a channel I grew up with, and he is a channel that inspired me to do this. So I wanted to at least give my thoughts and opinions on him. So let me talk about Leafy. I guess this is the obligatory thing that everyone does. Leafy started out making Minecraft videos. I didn't watch his Minecraft videos. I don't like Minecraft videos, not even when they were popular. So just so you know nothing about the Minecraft era. Don't care about the Minecraft era. He just seemed like some kid playing Minecraft. And I can't just say that. Like, the Minecraft stuff has to be mentioned because he owned Minecraft servers and he made quite a bit of money from the Minecraft server stuff. So, like, he made a lucrative living off of fucking Minecraft shit. Like, he wasn't just, oh, Leafy played Minecraft, it's cringe, let's forget about it. No, like, Leafy was actively involved in Minecraft's, like fandom.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Leafy was heavily involved in Minecraft, and he ended up leaving it because he ended up getting harassed by a lot of people who, like, hold up Minecraft servers and threaten to, like, raid them and stuff and, like, DDoS them. He had to pay off, like, a bunch of people like that. He had to pay people to DDoS people. It was crazy. Eventually, he got fucking tired of that and he left Minecraft. So, with the Minecraft stuff out of the way, I can talk about when I personally got involved with Leafy. And that was when Leafy started doing story times. Now, I don't really hear this brought up in too many about Leafy videos, like too many of the history of Leafy videos. I don't really hear people talk about his history with the Storytime community because, and I'm not talking about the Storytime animating community, I'm talking about just the Storytime YouTube community in general. Basically, he was a Luna ripoff, and his profile picture already looks really similar to Luna. By that I mean, like, his avatar, not like the actual picture of Tetra from Zelda. I'm talking about, like, his little character he had made. His character already looked really similar to Luna's, so, like, the fact that Leafy's a Luna ripoff shouldn't shock anybody. Leafy would do similar stories to Luna. He did, like, a good number of them before finally switching over to commentaries. And when he started doing commentaries, he slowly, like, sprinkled in commentaries, and it wasn't until, like, he knew that commentaries were solid that he started switching full over to commentaries. And I'll say this, before he did commentaries, he wasn't really a toxic person, and I feel like the more toxic side of Leafy was made for commentaries. Like, he exaggerated his persona to fit in with commentaries, because he just seemed like a nice, quiet, shy guy who had some funny stories before the commentary age.
Like, commentary and drama shit tends to bring the worst out in people, even if, at first at least, it's a facade.
I mean, unlike a lot of people, like, with Leafy, he didn't really do any ops. Like, with Leafy, he just watched people's videos and made fun of them. That was it. Like, there was no Discord ops or anything with Leafy. So, Leafy was just in it for the money. Leafy was just in it for fun. He wasn't really doing it for, like, his ego. So, like, you don't really get like that big of a rise and fall from Leafy because Leafy never really obsessed with his image too much. So when Leafy started switching over to commentaries, he originally just started watching cringe videos, which was like the most obvious cringe, usually like cringy children doing something stupid. Eventually he ran out of cringy kids to commentate over, so he started looking at cringy adults. And when he started looking at cringy adults, this is when problems started up. So he ended up looking at a couple people, and every time he looked at these cringy adults channels, they felt personally attacked by it. But because Leafy was the funny, creative guy that he was able to spin that into publicity for him. And for a while, it was profitable. Like Leafy never really got into many big dramas at first to like doom him. Like the Mr. Black Darkness drama was joking. Like the guy was putting a curse on him to fucking wipe him off of YouTube. Leafy had larger than life characters, and it really seemed like they could be fake with how exaggerated they were. It wasn't a situation where like people were getting doxxed or people were being threatened. There was no life ruination. It was just silly cartoon fun. Well, all of that changed with Tommy NC 2010, and with Tommy NC 2010, this was the first time Leafy got like genuine blowback, as far as I can remember. And the reason why he got blowback is because of Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein is a two-faced snake. I don't like Ethan Klein, and I really wish that he wasn't on YouTube. He is a hypocritical, backstabbing, all types of terrible things I could say if I was a drama channel, but I don't like Ethan Klein, period. So, Ethan decides that Leafy has gone too far because he dared to make fun of an autistic person. And the thing is like, Leafy didn't know the guy was autistic. Leafy wasn't purposely going out of his way to harass autistic people. He just watched whatever cringy videos were sent to him and made jokes about it. Now, did Leafy go too far with the Tommy NC stuff? Yes. When he started talking about the guy being a rapist, that was going too far. When when he made like certain jokes, it was very distasteful. But I don't think Leafy meant any harm with the video, and I don't think he actually disliked the guy or wanted the guy to get harassed. I think he just wanted to make a funny video and entertain people. But that's not how Ethan Klein perceived it. Ethan Klein twisted it to be the most negative outcome it could. Ethan Klein made it seem like that Leafy purposely went around harassing people and got off to the idea of bullying people. When, at least from what I saw from Leafy, that's never how I read him.
Yeah, that's not how I read him either. Like, he was a dick at times, but he never seemed like he was getting off or, like, actually trying to hurt anyone with his videos.
But the funny thing is like, after Ethan Klein's attack, after he betrayed Leafy and tried to throw him under the bus, there was a change in Leafy's demeanor. And after that, Leafy did start taking things a bit more seriously, and Leafy did start trying to care about his image. He started adding skits into his videos. He started trying to become a brand. He started getting people to edit his videos for him. Slowly and slowly, he was becoming like a giant channel, and he was becoming like one of the first corporatized channels. And it was overall bad for him. And this is when like he was being very picky choosy on who he went after. And when he did go after people he knew was going to get him hate, he started going in personally and started making it actual dramas. And this would be like the birth of the modern commentary community. People like Augie, people like Tipster, people like Turkey Tom, all of them would spin off from what Leafy did there. And I feel like Leafy would have never became that type of commentator if it wasn't for Ethan Klein pushing him to that. Because before Ethan Klein, It seemed like Leafy didn't take himself seriously. But after Ethan Klein, there was an ego to Leafy. Or at least I felt like there was an ego to Leafy. So, I
I
guess
really wouldn't be surprised. It was a shift.
I guess after the Ethan Klein stuff, we just saw Leafy slowly evolve more and more into being the drama king, being the head of the commentary community. And eventually, that led to him doing an actual op. And that op was trying to cancel Keemstar. And for as much
Yeah.
as I can tell, Keemstar didn't do anything personally to Leafy. He just wanted a chance to get rid of Keemstar. Get rid of the competition, fucking make some quick money from calling him out, fucking ruin his life if he has to. It didn't matter. That, like, betraying Keemstar and doing that to Keemstar is probably one of the most fucked up shit Leafy did. Like, but it was the same shit everyone was going at Keemstar for. So, like, I guess, like, it's not that shocking. But, like, working with Grade A, Under A, and other people who were friends of Keem to fucking do that, that wasn't alright. Like, these guys knew
Yeah,
Keem. They
no.
could have told Keem about their issues, but they decided to take it publicly, and they planned to deplatform Keem, which is not alright.
No. It's never okay.
So, I guess after that, this is heavy abridging, by the way. Don't expect, like, a huge fucking rundown. This is just a quick little summary so we can have, like, a discussion after the fact. But, I guess after that happened, Leafy continued to do his little Gestapo because he got a taste for power. And eventually, just like with all people who run these little campaigns, they got betrayed. Leafy got betrayed by his editor, he got betrayed by people close to him, and finally he got called out by iDubbbz. Everyone, just like what Leafy did with Keemstar, everyone that Leafy knew that had an issue with him ganged up on him to try to kick him off the internet. And to make things even worse, this was the same time that the adpocalypse started happening. This was the same time that demonetization started appearing. No one really knew what demonetization was. All we knew is that it was happening to people. So there was no way to tell what videos were affected. There was no way to tell who was affected. There was no way to really tell if it was even real or a conspiracy theory at the time. So, like, Leafy got screwed by the monetization system. Leafy got screwed by his peers. And finally he got his butt kicked by iDubbbz, and every bit of fucking karma he got from that was well deserved.
Yeah.
But this wasn't what did the nail in his coffin. This wasn't the last nail in his coffin. Leafy continued making content after this, regardless of what people think. iDubbbz didn't immediately murk his channel. Leafy continued making content. The content did well at first, but over time, due to demonetization and deprioritization, Leafy's channel stopped being recommended to people. And after it got to a point where he was getting hardly any views and wasn't making any money due to yellow monetization, he just left. He left YouTube and decided to just sit on the money he had. He had already been playing the stock market for a while. He had been investing in several different online things, and he had enough money to not need YouTube. So he didn't do YouTube. Leafy would leave YouTube for a couple years and then eventually come back. When he came back, he was doing videos like calling out Pokimane, but most of the calling out Pokimane videos were just fake. They were just clickbait. But when he came back, Ethan Klein had grown so much bigger thanks to the H3 podcast, where he leeches off of the success of the people he brings onto his show. And because he had grown so big, he decided to say that Leafy wouldn't last on new YouTube. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Ethan Klein is friends with people involved in YouTube moderation. And he actually has met Susan, and he's gone to YouTuber meetups where they talk about what will be the future policies going forward. So Ethan Klein had an invested interest in YouTube, and if he said that you weren't going to last, chances are he meant it. And shortly after saying that, Leafy ended up losing his channel under mysterious circumstances, and according to YouTube, he won't get it back, and they won't tell us why he won't get it back. So that was really the beginning and end of Leafy. He can't have a YouTube channel. YouTube immediately removes it. He can't pull the Keemstar loophole because they said he isn't allowed to. Leafy is gone from the internet altogether. He's not only banned from YouTube, he's banned from Twitch, he's banned from Twitter, he's banned from everything.
Yeah, it's just a little ridiculous, because was he a dick? Yes. I don't think he was that bad to be, like,
One enemy remaining.
I don't think he deserved to be fucking removed from everything.
Yeah,
I
same.
think that's definitely extreme.
So now since I've given like the whole rundown of Leafy, I guess we can just talk about some of the stuff. I really liked Leafy because, as far as I'm aware of, Leafy was the first channel I saw that did the vaporwave aesthetic. Leafy was the first channel I saw that did the little character stills bobbing up and down while the video's going through. Leafy was the first person I saw to have a little character that he tries animating. Tries it, emphasis, but tries. Leafy was an innovator in a lot of things. Like, he innovated the commentary community. If it wasn't for Leafy, the commentary community would look completely different than it does today, good or bad wise. Like, that's
Yeah.
up to you. But Leafy was ahead of the curve, and he profited heavily from it. And it's
Yeah.
admirable. And I get that he got a lot of shit. If you lead your field and you become as big as him, chances are you're going to get a lot of shit.
Spike down.
But
A.
I respect the guy for what he did, and I liked his content while it lasted. It was never anything impressive, but I always thought that his content was good enough. And personally, I think that's what I like to go for on this channel, is that it's not about over-editing the videos. It's not about the editing. It's about the conversations. It's about connecting to the audience and being real with yourself and being real with the audience instead of trying to make flashy, over-edited video essays. No hate on those. I just don't want to be them.
Yeah, and that's how I feel too. Like, I prefer the ones that are, they feel more personal. You don't have the overly edited shit. It just feels like you're able to connect with your audience, or that you're not trying to make it some big production just to say that someone is dumb or that you don't like a thing. Or
Yeah.
that something's cool. Or
Like, right now, our
whatever.
gameplay isn't even good. Like, it's, like, this stuff isn't staged to make everyone feel impressed by us. Whereas sitting here having a conversation about something we liked from 5 years ago, 6 years ago, it's just, that's what I want YouTube to be. YouTube should be a thing where you go and express yourself, and it should be the thing where,
Yeah.
like, a scroungy, scrubby fucking loser kid can make it big just by growing a fucking audience. Like, Leafy is what YouTube should be. Leafy
Yeah.
is, like, the end result of YouTube working properly.
See, that's how I always saw YouTube being. Like, anyone can just pick up a camera and talk about whatever, do whatever, and if, like, people like them enough, they like what they have to talk about or whatever enough, they'll fucking sub, they'll watch them. It doesn't matter the fucking production quality level or any of that shit, 'cause that shit shouldn't matter. YouTube has always felt like it should be anyone who's able to pick up a camera with minimal editing or whatever and just be able to make a video and have it do well if people actually liked it. I really fucking hate the over-edited production bullshit that's, like, cropped up in the past 3-4 years on
Yeah.
YouTube.
I just hate that everyone tries to be like television now instead of embracing what made YouTube good. Like, people
Yeah.
didn't watch PewDiePie because it was good. People watched PewDiePie because he was a real guy. Like, that's what made PewDiePie appealing, is that he was a real person. Like, you didn't always expect him to be good at the game. You didn't fucking, you didn't expect him to be a perfect person. You didn't expect him to have the right opinion always. you just wanted to have a fun time and talk to a person. But now it seems like
Yeah.
everyone is a characterized version of themselves, and I know it's golden coming from the fucking fictional character, but it just seems like to me that too many people try to fucking exaggerate who they are online now instead of just being real. Like, I say more people should be like Leafy. More people should
Yeah.
be cringe lords. More people should be just willing to go out there and say what they want to say. Not caring about the monetization, not caring about the likes to dislikes, not caring about the ratios. Any of this shit only has power because you give it power. The second
Yep,
that you stop
exactly.
fucking acknowledging it, that's when it loses its power. Like, no one can fucking care about a stupid ratio if no one gave the ratio power. No one can fucking care about like to dislikes unless you give it that power. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's really
Like-
fucking weird.
Likes to dislikes at most should just be shown to the YouTuber. Okay, they weren't really interested in that. Like, doing this stupid thing where you try to ratio people with it is just so fucking dumb and pointless.
For me,
Like-
I say that Leafy is like, he's like a psychological test of what type of person you are. Like, depending on if you like or dislike Leafy.
Last player standing.
Yeah,
Spike
because
down B.
I know I liked him in his earlier years, but when he did, like, start messing with other people, like, actually doing ops, it was just not the same.
Defenders
Yeah. So that's all I have to say. Like, it sucks that he's gone, and I'll miss Leafy.